Alright guys, welcome to the new Regal Gentleman Studios. Today we've got Shay in the chair. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good. I'm very well, thanks mate, I'm very well. So, what's the plan today?
I mean, I've been growing my hair out for a few months.
Okay.
Thinking about getting a maintenance cut.
Oh nice, yeah, cool.
I'm not really sure what is required in terms of maintenance.
Of course.
I've got a few pictures of what I want.
Yeah, please do, please show me.
It's kind of like a slick back. It's like the Matthew
okay.
McConaughey
Is that the look you're trying to achieve, yeah?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, alright. Okay. Now I was a bit, instantly you said that I was thinking, oh no, because your hair looked ridiculously thick, but it doesn't feel thick.
It's not thick.
No, it's not, it's very deceiving, isn't it? Yeah, it's good, because it looks super thick, but it's really like quite fine textured. Doesn't mean, when we say fine, I just always want to clear this up. When we say fine, we don't mean thinning. Okay, there's a difference. Thinning is when you start to see the hair disappearing. You've just got a fine texture of hair, so don't worry about that. Okay, I just thought I'd just throw that out there just in case. People always get a bit like, oh no, I'm losing my hair, but you know. So with that, obviously Matthew McConaughey's hair is different to yours, but that's a good bit of inspiration to start with. Now, tell me about your sort of your style and routine. Have you got time in the mornings to style it? Because it's quite an easy style to do, but have you got time?
I can make time.
You can make time. Okay, perfect.
I didn't used to have this hair. I used to just have a buzz cut. So this is like.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow, mate. Do you know what's good about this look? Right, you honestly right now, your hair is bang on trend. Okay. It's hair envy for a lot of people. I'm not going to lie, it really is. Everybody who's been in here, or clients that I see, and people whose hair I don't cut, but we've got like curly hair, loose waves, things like that. The amount of comments they get from strangers is bizarre. Like literally people will go, your hair's great by the way. You know, little things on the tube or in a coffee shop. That is basically styled to look wet and back, okay? But I would imagine he's probably got a bit of a top heavy finish and it's just kind of longer at the back and the sides with the curl. But what would be nice for you though is to have a haircut that you don't always have to slick back. Okay. Because I think you suit it so much and it's such a nice texture of hair. Okay. I think it would be a slight waste just to slick it back. Sure. That's just my personal opinion, all right? Because I know I could do something really cool with that wave as well, you know what I mean? So maybe what you could do is we could just change the product to change the look. Yeah. All right. So slick it back. Let's do your haircut so you can still wear it like that. Yeah. Okay. Sure. But maybe there could be days when maybe you don't fancy slicking it back, or you want to get up and just walk out the door. Yeah. Then there's also a style that needs to be cut in then as well. Yeah. A maintenance trim is just to kind of balance the haircut out and make it look like it's meant to look like this. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty straightforward cut today, and then it just comes down to me giving you some advice on how to style it. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, man. Well, let's get you started then, buddy. Cheers. Well, I'm just going to start by just wetting the hair down. I'm going to cut it when it's wet because you don't have curly hair, you've got wavy hair. So I want to cut this a bit wetter. I think I'll be able to section it off a bit easier and get the shape in there for you as well. We might need to look at maybe taking the neckline up a little bit as well, just to balance it a bit more, because if you look at like Matthew McConaughey's hair, the top is longer than the side and the back. You can almost see that by the straightness and the curl bunching up at the back. So we'll do that. We'll cut the shape in for you, but it's going to look good. I mean, if we can slick this back when it's wet, we can use a pomade and slick it back easily. So that's a good thing. So it's usually, if you can see the water will help it, will work, then anything with hold will work as well. So it's a good way of, if you're ever trying out a new style, or say like anyone who's watching is wanting to try a bit more of a slick back, if it slicks back with water, it'll work with pomade. That's the sort of rule of thumb that I use, all right? So I'm gonna start off by putting in a horseshoe section, okay? So start off from the right-hand side, start off from the recession point. I'm gonna work this all the way around and then drop it down at the back of the head as well. Now this is a good way of looking at the face shape as well. We don't really need to use the face shape too much because we've seen it dry and I know it's going to work nicely. His face is lean, it's perfect for this, having a bit more hair as well. I didn't mention that at the start, but face shape for this kind of look that you're going for, it's a slick look is kind of like, if I look at Matthew McConaughey, when people wear quite a slick look, generally for like the Oscars, or if a celebrity does it, it's usually for a big event most of the time. It doesn't always suit them, but it's for the occasion. So it's one of those things where like maybe the slick back might not suit you as much as maybe a natural wave. But I think it will, because looking at it now, where I've pulled the sides back there, you with your face shape as well, you've got very square face shape. So keeping hair on the sides works really well. Going short and keeping hair works really, really well. So I think it'll look good. I'm just going to section this off a little bit, just because I don't want to fall. Because with your hairline being so strong and quite low, I've had to kind of I've had to kind of use or leave the fringe a little bit longer in this corner here, because it kind of drops down. Your hairline isn't like coming back at all. It's really, really strong, mate. So you need the length on the sides, and you can take a little bit off the bottom though for sure to get more of that kind of curl at the bottom. Keeping the length, 3 fingers in width sections, okay? So we're keeping all the length. And what we're doing is we're over directing either side, so the left hand side and the right hand side to the middle, and we're taking the middle bit shorter, but leaving the length on either side. So if you have a little watch, make sure the head's nice and straight, and bring it back from the temple, right in the middle, pull it out, like so, and we just trim it down, okay? What that's all to do is that's shorter through there, and either side is longer. That's what we've done. So this side stays long, this side goes short, this side stays long. Say Shay woke up one morning and thought, you know what, I fancy curly hair today. You can do that. Get a diffuser on it, and all the little shorter waves sitting through there will help the longer waves kind of separate a bit more, and you'll get a bit more texture in there as well. All right. So it's just not limiting you to a set look. All right. Take a little bit of a section from here, and we use this as a guide. So we pull this into the middle, like so. Through. There's our guide. Breaking it all down, making it easier to style. Section from the previous section to use as a guide. And we pull it into the middle. And there's our guide. We've got a guide from behind and a guide from the top. So how did you decide to grow your hair out then, mate? What was it that made you take the plunge?
I think it was just I just kept getting the same haircut, and I kind of just got tired of it.
So, fair enough. Yeah. It's good enough reason. Yeah. Nice. So you had a skin fade and a buzz cut, yeah, before.
Yeah, exactly.
And what did you say? You had that for 4 years? Did you say
Yeah, 4 or 5 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what are you preferring so far then? I mean, obviously I know you've just grown this out, but are you enjoying having the hair?
I enjoyed having the cornrows.
Okay, the cornrows, yeah.
I enjoyed that the most. The thing is, it's very difficult to keep your hair clean when you have those in.
Yeah, you can't wash them, can you really?
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Or were you using just a bit of warm water, or what were you using to give them a wash?
I used YouTube, and there was like something on YouTube about apple cider vinegar.
Ah, yeah.
So, but you know, the smell of apple cider vinegar is not so friendly.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I always remember. I used to take a shot of that in the morning. Mm-hmm. Apparently, it was really good for you to take a shot of it in the morning. But my goodness me, it was pretty grim on its own. Mm-hmm. You know, put it into a smoothie. It's not too bad, but when you're just taking a shot of it on your own, it's awful. I'm just trimming the bottom now, just taking that neckline a touch shorter. So as we set that back, it will all fall nicely into each other, and then them curls will sit a bit more like the picture as well. But what we're doing, we're just balancing. The neckline is always the longest point, so you'll always find that it'll always look a bit longer at the bottom, and it can almost give like a sort of effect of a mullet, which not everybody is choosing to have. And especially for this look, it probably wouldn't work for it neither. So just cutting this in a little bit here. Now we just need to keep everything nice and blunt when working with this type of hair texture. Because if you point cut into this type of hair texture, it will look very frayed, and it could look like split ends, and we don't want to do that. We want to just give a very nice, like sort of sharp, clean, healthy finish to this. Common length.
So is this cut quite difficult to maintain, or is it? Because
of course, no, not at all. No, far from it. If anything, mate, because all you're doing is you keep your hair wet, put some pomade in it and slick it back.
Okay.
Literally, it couldn't be the easiest. If you want that exact look like Matthew McConaughey, it couldn't be the easiest style, really. Right. It just not many people like the look because it doesn't look tidy because the curls at the neck.
Okay.
So that's why you probably don't see a lot of it around.
Uh-huh.
But no, it's great because you've got like 2 haircuts almost. You've got the slick one, which you can have at any length. It'll always be slicked back. It might just start getting a bit too long. But then you've got the haircut we're cutting in now, which is to make it look as though it's meant to be this length. So it's quite an easy maintainable length as well to keep going with. So if you do want to keep growing it out, even better. The difference sometimes even just tidying up your cheeks and the sides of your jawline makes such a big difference to a beard. I've left mine. I normally do that to mine, but I'm trying to grow my beard out a little bit again. So I'm just leaving it because what tends to happen, I'm sure you're fully well aware, having a much thicker beard than I have, is that when you start putting lines in when it's short, it sometimes doesn't always look right as it grows out. So I tend to keep mine quite natural for a while until I get a bit of length in it, and then I'll shape it up. Right, so I want to show you what your hair would look like if it was just left natural. All right. So I'm going to put a little bit of grooming cream in. So put some grooming cream in. I'm going to just scrunch it in. Okay. I'm just going to work with how your hair is just naturally falling. Okay, just as it is. All right. And this is something that you could just do if you really want it to be low maintenance. You want to just like get, like I said at the start, that kind of hair envy and get compliments. I'm pretty sure you will. And I can already imagine the comments on the channel now saying, "Wow, that hair is amazing." You know. What we'll do is I'm going to dry it through for you, and then what I'll do after that is I'll wet it down, and then I'll put the pomade through for you, so you can see both sides. All right. So if you were to do this yourself, you could just literally leave this to dry naturally. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a diffuser on and dry it quicker for you. All right, and just separate the curl a bit more for you. So low speed and high heat. Now this is just a diffuser off Amazon we got. It's a universal one. It just literally opens out like that, and you just turn it, put it in, and that's it. All right, it's dead easy. It's like a cup. I think it's just over a tenner. So it's great investment when you've got curly hair or wavy hair. So high heat, medium speed. I'm just going to dry it off. So that's your hair balanced out. All right.
Thank you very much.
So we've cut little bits out for you again because you're growing out. We're not doing too much, and the style you want is still quite long. So just dry it through a little bit for you, and a little bit of grooming cream. That's just going to add that separation and that shape. You've now got a nice shape sitting here. All right. That's the one way you could wear it. All right. But if you want to do it more like the Matthew McConaughey style, what we'll do is I'm going to wet it down again. I'm going to put pomade in, and I'm going to slick it back for you. All right. So if you get out the shower, you just wash your hair, just towel dry it, scrunch dry like this, right? Like so. So your hair is nice and damp still. That's the best way to apply this one because you want the hold in there, you want to stay looking wet. And then I'm going to use the Damon Barber Classic Pomade, okay? Now this is what you're going to get with that look. You could use a gel, but I've got a feeling the gel, if it would go really crispy, I don't know whether it would look that good, if I'm honest, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this pomade in. So put enough on there, so about a 50p piece size. Put some on the back of my hand as well, okay? This is oil based, so this will retain the water, okay? So the water will stay as it is. It'll stay looking really wet. What you do, rub it in to the hair, like so. A bit more in your hand, and just work it into the hair. Again, this all comes down to application that we're doing now. And then a brush, okay, good brush. Or if you've got a wide tooth comb, that would work quite nicely as well. Okay. Now I'm going to use a paddle brush. This is going to smooth it off. So was his brushed over to one side, or was it just coming all the way back? You remember?
I can show you. I wouldn't know.
I think it comes all the way back. Okay. Well, based on that one, I think it comes all the way back on that one. Yeah. We'll have a look in a second. Let me just comb it through like this. Okay. That's what I was saying before about the water. If the water does it, and your hair is a fine texture, it will smooth right through as well, like so. Okay. And by just laying that pomade in, it gives us a chance to cover the whole hair with the pomade as well, more than just like little bits. So we just apply it all the way through, rub it in like a shampoo, comb all the hair down, like so. There you go. What you could always do, you could always have a part in this if you wanted to as well. You could always part it over to one side, but I'm pretty sure that's how he wears it. Maybe we'll play with this natural part and go with it, because I think it'll
That's usually what I...
You normally do that, yeah. Just play with that, just with our fingers, like that. Separate it.
And then I usually just get one strand and put it through the part.
Just to make it...
So that it doesn't look too parted.
Oh, okay, yeah. We used to call that back in the day as like a bit like a zigzag part. That used to be quite popular. You kind of do a zigzag, but yeah, you can do that, just take couple of strands so it looks a bit more natural. You know, so it doesn't look like you've made, like, you know, you've combed it, but you haven't like been too perfect with it.
Because I don't usually use a comb. I usually just use it finger comb, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. So whatever you prefer. I mean, if you're gonna get if you're looking at an image, you've got to kind of copy the image in a sense, and this is probably how they've done it, if I'm honest. But yeah, that's kind of yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's all down to interpretation, right? You can wear it however you want. I just want you to see the full image that I've saw that you showed me, and then I've kind of tried to get it as close to that for you as possible. So, and then whatever's left on our hands, just scrunch it into the back to get that curl at the bottom. So you've got the smooth and the sleekness on the sides, and then like McConaughey's, you've got the curl at the back as well. So we just kind of punch that up a little bit, like so. And that's kind of it, really. So you did. Sweet. So you've got two looks really, and all it comes down to is the choice of product that you're using. I think they both look really nice. So it just depends on what you prefer yourself, you know. So there's the slick finish. Oh, I see. The top with the curls at the back, the flicks at the back. I'll show you a side-on look now as well, like the actual image that you showed us. And that's the kind of look you get from the side. So you get the bunchiness at the bottom there, and the slick back through there as well. So you get all the smoothness through the top, and then the curl at the bottom, basically the same as the way his is. I think his hair's a bit curlier than yours though. Yeah. But no, it looks cool. Yeah, it looks nice, man. It looks nice. So you've got like two different looks. Yeah. Change the product round. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. All right, man. Thanks very much, Shay. Thanks very much. That was awesome. Thanks, man.